What's going on, guys? John here. We're back with another episode of the Alaska State Dynasty. And in this episode, we're going to finish up the preseason and then we're going to start the first week, which is week 0, actually. So, this is the board I've got right now. We've got Ben McDonnell and Clay Selleck, 2 4-stars on the board. They'll probably lock us out really quickly, but they're 2 guys I was interested in. And then we just got a bunch of 3-stars. You have a couple that were not too high on their boards. Like, some of these guys were actually on the boards at least. McAllister that were not, but we needed a power rusher. And then I just got a bunch of guys that we are number 1 on their boards and just threw some stuff at them. And then 2 2-stars and a 1-star to fill out the roster. I don't know if we're actually going to be able to spend all the points, so it might actually be beneficial if some of them do lock us out so we just know who we're in on. And Clay does do that. We are 66 overall, so that's pretty fire. We're going up in the world. I think we're higher than the 66, but that's just me. I'm going to quickly throw some points on some of these guys and get back to you, but yeah, it's going to be the first week, so it's going to take me a minute. Alright, so I'm putting 35 points on McDonnell. If we don't make any progress onto his board, I won't put any more points onto him, and we won't get him. And then that'll free up. We've got 25 points on every other player, or every other 3-star except for Dante Sneed, because we have a little bit of a gap. And we're going against some pretty easy guys. I guess LSU isn't an easy school, but everyone else is. And then obviously 25 points on the rest, 10 points on our 2-stars, and 5 points on the 1-star. So, with that being said, it is time for us to jump into the first game. Alright, so we are a 66 overall now, as I previously mentioned, which puts us at a 19 overall advantage over FCS Northwest, who is the lowest FCS team in the game by a lot. I think the next one's like in the 50s. So it will be opening week. We will start with the ball. Here we go. LaMarcus Brewer takes the field, and he's got Aiden Knoll in the backfield, who is our new number 1 running back. But I do expect Jerry and Parker to get a ton of touches. The other thing is Bryson Jones is now our number 1 wide receiver. So do expect him to get a lot of some less targets, actually, unless he wants to actually get open, as that's a first down by LJ Young, the wide receiver turned tight end. There, as now it's 1st and 10. We're going to start with a bubble screen out to Jordan Houston. He's going to get all those bubble screens now, as it is a solid 5. As that leads to a 2nd and 5. Aiden Knoll is getting a lot of the touches, which kind of worries me. I do want to see Jerry and Parker. I mean, obviously, we know last year he ran for over 1,000 yards. So, I mean, yes, Aiden Knoll is a very good running back. He's got 94 speed and everything. But I do want to see Jerry and Parker get a lot of touches, especially with Aiden Knoll's wear and tear. Both running backs actually have very poor wear and tear. As Jerry and Parker will get the touch this time. We're going to run left. And Brick Lewis is still trash, but Jerry will get 5. And that leads to a 3rd and 2. And we'll see what we've got here. Sending a blitz. We've got Jordan Houston underneath. Jordan Houston faster than everyone else. And it's going to be 44 yards for the first touchdown of Season 4. It was just a beautiful drag route. And really nobody got to Houston. The deep safety came down to blitz, I think. Houston, nobody out ahead of him. He's faster. Touchdown. The defense takes the field, and they're led by the new captain of the defense, Emmanuel Vollmer. As that's not the captain. That is no idea who that is. Defensive lineman. Generic guy. I couldn't tell you. As we had an actually unblocked man, but I backed out because I was worried about that play. That leads to a 3rd and 4. As let's see if we can make a stop here. 3rd and 4. Big play here. And Vollmer's going to get pressure, and it's going to be a sack. Udo, or is it Elo? I don't remember his name, but Emmanuel Volmer also is going to get there, and we're going to force a punt on the first drive. 2nd and 10 after the short rush, as I've earned some rewards points, probably for playing the game. We're going to go outside. We've got Brick Lewis. Nope, that's not Brick Lewis. That's Bryson Jones. Don't even know why I said Brick Lewis. He's a offensive lineman. But Bryson Jones trying to recreate his generational year he had last year. It was such a good year. So we're going to go underneath Aiden Knoll there. Didn't have anyone immediately. Figured I'd just go to my safety valve. As starting 6 for 6 is LaMarcus Brewer, but saying that, I'm probably going to throw in a completion here. Nope, I go up the middle. Jordan Houston, nice spin. And Houston already has 64 yards in the first game of the year. Already way better start than last year. 2nd and 9. As I'm trying to make up for missing Khalil Lewis on the last one, but I go to LJ Young and he drops it. Okay. There goes the perfect passing game for LaMarcus Brewer. But now it's 3rd and 9. We need a first down here. And we're going to go underneath Bryson Jones. And I probably should have kept going to the right. We're going to be short, but now it's 4th and 1. And I'm going to go for this. I'm probably the most aggressive man you'll ever find on YouTube. And we're going to just hand it off Aiden Knoll. Aiden Knoll is into the end zone for the touchdown. You know, he's our 2nd leading receiver last year. He's trying to make up for that by being our leading rusher this year. Aiden Knoll for 6. All right, it's 1st and 10. I'm going to start with a handoff. Nice spin to get around my user, but it's my user, so does it really count? I don't know. That's a 4-yard rush. It leads to a 2nd and 6. And now we got to see what this offense has in store for us, because they are very bad. We know that. As there's a great tackle by Charles Gore. We're going to send a blitz here. But I think there's definitely places that we are weak. Like everywhere on defense, honestly. But as that's caught short of the first down, and we're going to force another punt. 1st and 10. As we're just going to go right underneath. We've got Aiden Knoll. He'll get 5. And we need a first down here, so let's lock in. Firing, and we short Bryson Jones. And we're facing an FCS school, so I'm going for it. That was a horrible throw. I tried leading him inside, and it just was low. Really low. I'm shocked. So we're going to fire. We've got Khalil Lewis, who had a great offseason, and Khalil Lewis is inside the 15. The big man makes a big gain. He's not the fastest dude, but that's a great first down. First catch for Khalil Lewis, I believe, in his career, the redshirt freshman. As on 1st and 10, we are going to hand it back off to Aiden Knoll, and Aiden Knoll is going to get back into the end zone for 6. Who's shocked? He's just so good. Yeah, this is not going to be a close game, I fear. But another touchdown for Aiden Knoll. 2nd and 13. They go screenplay. And Volmer is going to be there for a quick tackle. And I'm not going to send a blitz on 3rd down this time. 3rd and 9. Let's see if they can convert here. Get their first down of the game, I believe. They go underneath. I missed the tackle there. But they gain 6, and they will have to punt yet again. After another great return from Aiden Knoll, per usual, we once again will start near the 50. And I've got nothing. LaMarcus Brewer just going to have to take it himself. He's going to gain about 4. I was hoping the crossing routes would pay off. They did not. And that's a 2nd and 6 now. We're going to just go hand off Aiden Knoll. And Aiden Knoll, he's got like 94 speed. He's gonna blow past almost everybody. Especially against an FCS school. He's going to be faster. As now it's 1st and 10. A great tackle there, as now we're going to fire cross body to Jordan Houston. Houston is going to get inside the 5 down to the 6. And this is already starting off very badly for FCS Northwest, and let's just make it worse. First and goal from the 6. Firing up the middle, Jordan Houston, and he is putting up Bryson Jones numbers, which maybe it's the number 2 wide receiver that's doing this, because Jordan Houston's back into the end zone for 6. His second one of the game and of the half. I do think it's cool, though, that my best offensive game that I've ever had, like for a single, like for stats wise, was that game versus UAB, the bowl game versus UAB, because it shows that I wasn't just, stat padding. Obviously we lost, so I kind of was stat padding, but it's not like I was, just let's hook up a moon ball to Bryson Jones or anything. It was like I'm actually trying to, target my other guys rather than, or target Bryson Jones rather than just, oh, I'm facing an FCS school, let's just throw a deep ball to my star wide receiver because he's faster. No, it's like he had 17 catches. I mean, that's probably the most catches I've ever given one person in a game of college football. So, I mean, I threw it to him 17 times, and I mean, I posted a YouTube short about it if you guys saw it. It's like there were some pretty impressive catches. Like, on the run, I put a man in motion. It happened to Bryson Jones, and then Jones went for the touchdown. As there's a flag here, and I'm going to smoke the quarterback. It's going to go backwards for 10, though, because it's a hold. Yeah, I just kind of ran in a circle and covering routes, and there wasn't a guy in my zone, so I was like, okay, let's just rush the quarterback because he's just standing there. I didn't want him to run for it. As now Wilmer, I already forgot his name, is tired, so he's not playing. First and 20, though. So there's a hit there after a 4-yard gain. Now it's 2nd and 26. I'm going to send a bit of a blitz. Volmer, that's his name. We're going to pinch the D-line a little bit. Bring him a bit closer. And Horner is going to get a sack. Reggie Horner. Just an unblocked man. And now it's 3rd and really long. 23. It's the 59-yard field goal from here. I mean, I don't want to give up a field goal. A field goal is better than a touchdown, as they're just going to check it down and make it 4th down at the 2-minute warning. And they're going to have to punt again. A decent punt sets us up on the 18-yard line. We're going to start with an Aiden Knoll handoff. And he's going to gain 10. 9.25 on first. And we kind of got to put some pep in our step. It is towards the end of the quarter. We're going to hand it off Aiden Knoll. And Aiden Knoll's got speed. Aiden Knoll. And he's got a massive field flip there, as he's got 100 yards already in the first half. As it's now 2nd and 10. 55 seconds left. And we're going to get sacked there. I'm going to call timeout. That was just poor playmaking by myself. Just trying to look for an open man and just ran right into the tackles. It's 3rd and 12. Firing, we've got Bryson Jones. Nope, that's Jordan Houston. Used to be Bryson Jones because that'd be the number 2 wide receiver, but is indeed not Bryson Jones anymore. As it's now 26 seconds on the clock, 1st and 10. Firing end zone, and we just missed a wide open man. LaMarcus Brewer, bro, what are you doing? Okay, now we got to try again. 2nd and 10. Incomplete, and there's a flag. Looks like it's going to be pass interference on the defense. I wanted to go up and over. It seems like we do not have that kind of throw power right now. As 15 seconds now on the clock. Going underneath Bryson Jones, and he cannot get into the end zone. I think I'm getting back into the rhythm of like completely force-feeding people the ball if I see them. So Jerry Parker's going to be the back here. 3 yards we need with 11 seconds on the clock. Parker, touchdown. And we're going to have 5 touchdowns in the first half going into halftime. The first drive of the second half is about to start for FCS Northwest. And let's see what they have in store for us. And it starts with an immediate fire to the outside, and Jaden Smith knocks it away. And I'm excited to see what Smith has at corner. A guy with 95 speed, it just seems very appealing to me, because we've been dealing with getting torched over the top the whole time. Like Decorian Moore, how I had to double cover him basically to avoid that kind of thing happening. Like, I don't have to worry about the fastest guy torching us every time because I have a guy with 95 speed now. Now, is there other things wrong with him? Probably, as that's a nice sack. But we don't have to worry as much as Stephen Haver with the sack, forcing a punt. No big surprise, Aiden Knoll with another great return. That leads to a interception. Oh my gosh, LaMarcus, where are you throwing? I can't lead the ball with LaMarcus anymore. I literally, I went to throw. I have LJ Young wide open here. All I gotta do is throw in this little pocket here. Nobody's gonna get there. And what does he do? He completely airmails LJ Young. Like, he's trying to throw it all the way up here. I definitely need to throw that quicker. Then again, I'm releasing the ball here. If you just throw it low, you can get it right to him. But no, he kind of puts too much air under it. Throws it right to the guy. That's a pick. So, after we give the ball right back to FCS Northwest, we give up a huge hit with Volmer. Just horrible throw by me. I mean, I talked about how I just need to kind of let it fly, but I mean, that's like the third overthrow he's had in this game, or the third bad throw he's had in this game. As there is going to be a tackle from behind. Cheney has negative 22 rushing yards. So it's 3rd and 4. Sending an all-out blitz. And Freddie Wayne's going to get there. 6-yard loss, forcing another punt. Another tremendous return from Aiden Knoll. Sets up a big drive here. We need to get some momentum back. 3rd and 5. Got Bryson Jones. He underthrows him, but Bryson Jones is going to have a touchdown. It was a terrible throw again from LaMarcus Brewer. He's missing throws now. I might have to pull him. But it turns into 6, so I guess I can't complain too much. But if you just watch this, Bryson Jones should be led way down the field. He's nobody in front of him, and he misses that. So I don't know. Let's see if we can get some more pressure. Oh, they had multiple guys wide open. The running back was actually a touchdown. I don't know what whoever was covering that tight end was doing, though. I at least have a reason, because I was trying to go get the sack because I'm way too aggressive on my user plays. But I don't know what the excuse was for whoever was covering that dude, as that's going to be another sack. Is that Corey this time? No, that's Elo. Uche Elo with the sack there. And we're just getting some amazing pressure. I love it. Cheney really has nowhere he can go. That's some poor reading by Yearwood. But it still is a gain of 6. Tavian Yearwood has been here for about 4 years already. As it is 3rd and 5, we're going to pass commit. And the Cheney takes it himself. I missed with my user. 5-yard rush gets the first down. So now we've got to once again stop him. Uh-oh. Good tackle there by Malik Moon, but giving up a big rush to this bad of an offense is pretty embarrassing. Empty backfield now. Oh my gosh. This tight end is the reincarnation of George Kittle. See that route? Dang. 1st and 10, though, inside the 5. We're going to do a halfback dive. And I thought he was in, but he was not in, which means they get one more drive. or one more chance. Gonna pinch the O-line. Corey gets ran over. That's a touchdown. FCS finally on the board. So this is going to be the last drive for the starters, but I have pulled Jackie Wolf. Or I've put Jackie Wolf into the game in place of LaMarcus Brewer because Brewer was just missing throws and he's making mistakes. I'm making some mistakes, but they were not all on me. You can't blame those completely on me. As we get the first down there with Aiden Knoll. But there were some mistakes that I don't think I made. The interception, maybe, if you want to call it that, as I had a man wide open. I had Bryson Jones deep. And I just did not call it. But that's going to take us to the fourth quarter. One more quarter before the end of opening day, or opening weekend. Here we go. 1st and 10. We're going to hand it back off Aiden Knoll, who's over the century mark. I think last season I was calling the century mark 1,000 yards. No, that's not. It's a centurion mark, maybe. We're going to hand it off to Aiden Knoll. At this rate, Aiden Knoll's going to easily pass 1,000 if he averages 100 yards a game. He's obviously not going to do that. At least he shouldn't, unless it's a crazy season. As 3rd and 1, we're going to hand it off left side. Aiden Knoll, nobody there. He is going to go all the way. Aiden Knoll, another touchdown. He's got like 150 rushing yards. What a performance. 160. What a performance from Aiden Knoll. So the backups are in. You can tell because Walt Littlejohn's playing, my #1 nemesis, and that's going to be another sack. I believe that's Greenwood, the senior. Yeah, he is a backup now. He started most of last season, if not all of it. I think he started all of it. He's now the second #2 middle linebacker, so it's unfortunate, but it happens. As that's going to be a touchdown, maybe by Tavian Yearwood. Why is Tevin Daniels playing? That's going to be a touchdown by Yearwood. Why is Tevin Daniels in the game? He should not be playing. All right, so Jarian Parker will get a lot of the reps in this last couple of drives, just because I want to give him some touches every game. So he's gonna get some touches here, just because I feel like if you got a problem, deal with it. So we're gonna run left side here with Jarian. I will throw the ball a bit. I want to get some Jackie Wolf playing time. So you've got some interesting guys out on the field too. There's Josh Harbor, whose freshman year last year didn't really do a ton, but had to play because we just did not have people, even though we got press coverage. As it's Harvey Brightwell getting a touch, first touch of the year for Brightwell. He gets 17. There's now Jarian Parker back in. He'll have Sean William Peterson blocking ahead of him, but doesn't get a lot. He gets 3. Going for Ferris, the freshman. He'll get inside the 5. And Wolf remains perfect on the day. As that's actually Jaden Smith in at receiver. We're going to go Jaden Smith, and he drops it. We tried to force feed the ball to our safety, or cornerback who's playing wide receiver. He cannot make the catch. So we're going to hand it off Jarian Parker instead, and Jarian Parker has his second rushing touchdown of the game. 2nd and 9. Hand it off Yearwood. That's going to be a sack. Wasn't even commentating, so I wasn't paying attention. Bryce Cox with the sack. That might take us to the 2-minute warning. Nope, they're going to run one more play. They've got Yearwood underneath. 2-minute warning. Be 3rd and long. 3rd and 8 to be exact. See if they can get it here. Throw a pick here. That'd be great. Uncorking it deep. Knocked away. That's going to be a punt. Going left side run with our boy Jerry and Parker. He's going to get the first there. Going Josh Harbor, and Josh Harbor has the first. Welcome to the Josh Harbor experience. He'll make some crazy long catch in a garbage time, and you'll think he's the greatest player of all time. As that's first and goal. Now we're going to hand it off Jerry and Parker. And Jerry and Parker is going to get down to the 1. Do we give Jerry and Parker the ball one final time? I think we do. Give him 3 touchdowns. And Jerry and Parker in again. Both of our running backs now have 3 touchdowns. Parker's is a little bit less efficient. I don't care. Touchdown, Jerry and Parker. Going deep, and they're going to have another touchdown. I really, literally, I saw him running in that straight line. I was like, I've got to go. He underthrew him, but Freddie Wayne just was not fast enough to get there. That's another touchdown. Incomplete again. That'll end it. We win by 42. Through brain dead pick at the end of the game. Oh well. It's not even a starter that matters. Aiden Knoll had 160 yards, 3 touchdowns in one of the more impressive games you'll see. Yeah, it's against an FCS school. You can just suck it. I don't care. Aiden Knoll is very good at football. But yeah, as we're going to do our singing thing in front of our 14 fans. I'm sure this was a sellout game, even though it was an FCS school, because we don't have a lot of places to sell out. LaMarcus Brewer, 16 for 23, 212, 3 touchdowns and a pick. He just was missing throws. I don't know why. Wolf, 6 for 8, 78 yards. Did have a pick. No touchdowns. Aiden Knoll, 160 and 3 touchdowns. Averaged 12.3 per carry. Parker, 55 and 3 touchdowns. Brightwell had 17. Brewer had 2. Houston had 114 and 2 touchdowns. He played amazing. Bryson Jones, 55 and a touchdown because he gets touchdowns. Harbor had 46. Lewis had 34. Young had 20. Ferris had 12. Knoll had 9. And Smith had that drop. LJ Young should have had like probably 60 yards and a touchdown, but just kept missing him. I don't know why. Defensively, Gore and Moon, Marcus Moon that is, both led the team with 7 tackles. 2 TFLs for Gore, 1 for Cox, Elo, Havner, Wayne, Horner, Greenwood, Volmer, Hope, and Holly. Sacks for Cox, Elo, Havner, Wayne, Horner, Greenwood, half sacks for Volmer and Hope. No picks, even though we got really close many times. Roderick pass deflection, and no other stats to speak of. All right, so very fun first game. And now that means our next game is maybe from the easiest to the hardest game on the schedule, which is going to be facing off against Oregon. As Elijah Greenwood wins Defensive Player of the Week with 4 tackles, an assist, and a TFL. And Aiden Knoll wins Offensive Player of the Week. No one shocked there. As Aiden Knoll also wins Offensive Player of the Week nationally. So, I mean, we're not shocked. He had 160 yards, right? And 3 touchdowns, plus 20 receiving yards, so like 180 total. But just an amazing game altogether from Aiden Knoll. And that leads us into a very scary game versus Oregon, in which I am not prepared for. So, yeah, they're number 7. I think they're 97 overall, so 30 overall difference, which I think is about the same as it was last year. And we're playing at Oregon, so it just makes it that much worse. But yeah, so that'll do it for this episode. If you guys enjoyed, I want you to leave a like and subscribe, comment for more, or if you have any tweaks you want me to do, because I'm sure there's something I'm not doing right. But yeah, I don't got anything else for you, so stay tuned for incoming doom and despair and death and destruction. as we go into Oregon to face off against Oregon. Peace.